see how is this working. Oh yeah. Okay. Good afternoon. I'm gonna continue the stream on the topic that I streamed before. I had some kind of connection issues there in the end. So I kinda ended it maybe a little bit early. So this time I think I'm gonna start by thinking about this input area here in the middle between these two graph areas. The graph areas, they're gonna like present the inputs in some kind of graphical manner, but they also give some kind of like other results that are not so obvious from just the inputs, but yeah, the input it's quite tricky. I have to fit quite a lot of stuff, or I want to fit quite a lot of stuff in a very small space here. So I have some early sketches here, maybe primarily to give some sense of scale on. I think the issue here comes that I want to fit a lot of decimals, and I want to fit like big years. So if we start here around like 2025, then we're gonna come here like 2035, 3000. It can becomes like 10,000, 100,000, and here we go to the up to 1 million. It could be like 10 million maybe. I'm thinking also like what is the maximum amount of, because this is going to be built so that the user can choose the timescale here, and we are going to have the graph areas are going to be made so that they're going to show, they're going to extend up to that data range for the timescale that the user chooses. So yeah, I could have like a little bit of calculation like how much is possible, because it's looking quite messy now, but here we have, I think we're gonna have like these two columns here. So I'm gonna have like a 12-grid system for the website. So these two most leftmost columns are gonna be empty by default. Then we're gonna have these two columns here for this kind of like various settings and other inputs. This column here has to be reserved for some kind of like explainer texts and stuff like that, and also for giving some air or this kind of like empty space between the inputs and the results. So by default we're gonna have like maybe 3 or 4 of these columns, and each column is gonna like represent one step in the time scale. Just a second. I'll put this one here. Looks like that. And So, oh, I don't have that one. The wrong one, so just a sec. The chat is not, doesn't give the, okay, I think this is the correct one. Okay. So this is gonna be like 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm gonna have to leave at least one block for like a result description. It might be better to have two, but I'm gonna need at least one. So I'm just like thinking like, is one enough? But then we can have these two that can be used. So we have 4, 6, 8. So up to 8. So if we have like a, how many zeros that's gonna mean? Well, if we have like 1, that's like 1 0, so that's gonna be like 8 zeros. So we're gonna start here. We're gonna have a so that would be like 100 million years, which is like annoyingly like one short of 1 billion years. So that's a little bit annoying, but I think there's also like one chance, like one big thing like how I'm gonna be doing this is to have I will have a scroll bar in the bottom to so that you can have more, so you can like basically maybe scroll this input area away if you want, or something like that, or this result area here if you feel that you don't need it. So I think like 1 billion is possible. It's not like it's a little bit annoying, like it's not like perfect, but I'm not sure like a billion years would be interesting timescale, because I think that's also like the timescale of some kind of like when the sun goes out. I think it's I don't know if I remember correctly, but like something like 4 or 5 billion years until we cannot live in this star system anymore. So that's like one interesting time scale, and I'm not sure like, yeah, and it might not also be too far off of some kind of like some kind of decay of the universe altogether. I'm not sure. And it would be a nice even number, but 1 million is also like one like a interesting even number, but yeah, I don't know. So what's the like big effect on that is that if I have to maybe come up with this color scale also about like for these different years, I think I would like to have the color scale to kind of like remain. Okay, do we have here the time scale? Yes, it's this one. So sorry. So let's see. Okay. I think I want to have for the time scale to go maybe along the blue and purple axis. I'm not quite sure like where to start there. Maybe purple because it's kind of like warmer color, so it's kind of, so you could basically start around the red color. So let's see if we have a like a maybe for to keep this also a little bit more simpler, I could have sorry, I'm gonna put I have the desktop audio on. I think okay, that should do it. I think. So if I start here, some kind of like a purple thing. So if I go with 1 million years, I'm gonna need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6 different colors. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. I think I'm gonna try to have a little bit. I think it's this button, yeah. Okay, I'm gonna add here just a few more. Oh, maybe just one more. Like, so this blue now, it's not like, I don't want to go into the greens. For this purple, I want to avoid it not being like too red or too orange. And I think I want this to be quite colorful because in the picture, in the graph, they will be so in the graph, they will be kind of like mostly shown as this kind of translucent way, so that's gonna take away a lot of the inherent color that they do have. So just checking here, like, do we have like enough color separation so that the user will understand like what's happening here, that we are going along some kind of color scale. I want to start with the pink one. And then I was also thinking like this could look nice here if you draw this kind of thing here, and it's kind of like maybe indicate like also like how much or what color has been chosen. So here wondering like how to best indicate is could be like let's have some white here. So we could have a white ring around it. We could have some kind of like selection like this, and this will be kind of like something that this will be what do you call it? Slider. So how do you indicate that something has been chosen? Like I'm just thinking like this kind of white indicator so that we are in the 10,000 year time scale here. Okay. So okay, I'm still thinking like what if we had like 9? So it's going to be a little bit trickier for the with the color scale for the user to then we might want to dip into the greens, and not sure if I want to do that, or let's like play around with that idea that so what's the last one? I think the last one was that one, and the next one is this one, a bit more greener, and just it goes to a real green territory. Okay. Well, just a little bit brighter. So go up to 1 billion here. But that's also, it's also tricky here for me to illustrate here with this limited amount of space. So let's just give that up for now and go here. That okay, this has been selected. But there should be when there's a slider. Okay, let's see. Time scale. Okay, we are here. I'm gonna put these numbers just a little bit lower. So what if I have like the slider thing is here? I don't know. Maybe it's the most logical actually that the slider is just this area here, like this. But you could have I'm just gonna go back. No. You could have something like this indicator. I don't know. I think it's this inverse. Yeah, it has to be some kind of small ball that you move around here. I think that's how it has to go. So something like this. And then you have that trace there that's gonna help. And you can have these years here. Maybe I want to make this a little bit more. Yeah. Can take that out. Let's get a little bit closer. So a vector layer here. Choose time scale. I'm gonna just add another layer. We're gonna put those numbers here. It's a little bit tricky. Could I get these somehow? Just thinking. And then I have one. Can I just have one? Let's try that. Okay. So the idea is that can I make this so that they match the placement? I think this is gonna be a little bit tricky. Or actually those spaces that I'm putting here, they're not even, it's not, I don't think this is behaving like I want to. Yeah, the spaces are not showing up. Do I have to use some kind of tabs or something? Does this do? No, it doesn't help. Okay, it's quite annoying. Do I have to do each of these separately? I might have to. So what if I have this 10 here? I'm just like thinking how easy it is to just copy this. So that what are the sizes? And let's see, I will want to have this centered like that. I think these are too big. That. So let's try how big, because that's like the most important one. 1,000,000 years. This is how big it would be. So what about 100,000 years? That. Yeah, I think this fit like this quite well. I think one issue is that I also want to have some kind of more of an explainer text. So, and also if you're looking at this view, is it too small? Like it's a little bit smaller than the input fonts here. So it also depends, like, do I need to have a kind of like do I need to have an explainer here? Let's just do the okay, I'm actually these vector layers, so they're the same layer, that's okay. Okay. to happen. Can I just take this? Okay. So this is gonna be 1,000. Or this is gonna be 10,000. This is gonna be 1,000. So if it's just, we have as a title here, choose time scale, so maybe that's quite enough to make this smaller. I'm gonna put this inside the time scale. And wait, it's here. That. If it, okay. What's this one? Yeah. Mm. Mm. Yeah, okay. The thing that I was thinking about this. Let's see. It's this one. I was thinking here that we could. That is. Okay, here. Okay. Mm. So let's continue here. I had an idea about how this also when I move. This is not. Where do I have this? like I think my organization is not as good as I have been hoping. That is a vector layer. But I think it is a good time also to, okay, here it is, for me to okay, here we have the simulation layer, and this belongs to the simulation layer. And now we can maybe take that off. I hope it would be like, it's a little bit straining for me to see like what, because I'm working with, okay, you cannot see it here, but I'm working with the layer groups and like selecting them and stuff. So, and it's not quite as easy as I would hope. But we hide that now. And also one thing that I noticed that it could be good to have like some kind of, maybe like there's just like one vertical, these like boxes here. So I think the height of these should be like maybe the height of the box, something like that. That's the paint layer. Doesn't why this, it doesn't do anything. This is the paint layer, it does stuff. Like I'm gonna do for this. So I was thinking about adding the years here like this. So 2025. So you have the selection 2035, 3025, and up to here where it's 1 million. So this would then be analogous to this input selection here, like where it's always that the kind of like the area between these years is presented here. And you have here so so it would be easy to make the connection, especially when you also have the colors here. So, but here I have to also think like I have here in white colors, and then I have the color here like this. So this color range going from this reddish purple to this greenish blue. So then I wonder, like, should that be reserved for this time scales, or could I also use some like could I also use how would you say it? Could I also use like some blue or purple colors to signify these different variables, such as the know the so I'm thinking here like the extinction probability or survival probability or the this kind of like surviving years or what. I'm gonna do some cleaning up actually here. So this is like not needed, and these are just like old stuff here in the bottom. So I'm thinking like as we come, I could check some of. I'm just like trying to hide some stuff that I think that is not okay. Here we have like the scenario comparison group. We have the time scale group, and what is this one here? And it is just like I put this down. There's a button here. Okay, we're gonna name it retro. Okay, I'm gonna put this layer window up here because I think it's more important than this. It's important for more important for the viewers to keep up than this color stuff. So I think I'm gonna somewhere down here. This one there. I'm gonna put that here. That. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that there, and then we have like the simulation layer, but it's not. And then we just have another random paint layer. So it's just coming like I just have the habit of like just making new layers just in case, because I don't want to kind of like put some stuff on some I don't know important. I don't want to like ruin some important layers or stuff like that. So Okay. Yeah. Having these years here, like, then I wonder, like, can this be a little bit distraction if I have like here, okay, let's see. Using this, I can change this later. Again, like making new layers, even though I don't really need. So if I have here like 20,000, 25, signified here, and then the user will choose like yeah, maybe these numbers should actually be at the same spot. So here, for example, I would have 100,000. $102,025, so it would be at the same spot here. I think that would cause less confusion. Then I would have to have here like 2035 and so on. I think it would have been nice that I could have included this 2025 here, but maybe it's best if we just have it separately. So okay, let's do this. So maybe I'll do another vector layer, because so 7 and 1,002,025. Like that. So that would be here. I can maybe do this. And here we have just take 0 out. That. Maybe I'll do it like this. Oh, I also notice now that these are not the distance between these balls is not equal, because there's overlapping here in this, and that's kind of like I should have here the here would be 3,000. And here we have 2025, so 100 years. Like that. And here we have 2035. So yeah, maybe that's the best way to like describe this. Yeah, maybe the overlap is, no, maybe it's not so bad. Oops. I just want to grab this one. Can I grab this one? Ugh. Are they in the same layer now? God damn. Okay. Can I move just this one, please? Yeah. Okay. So something like this, and I don't know, I might want to, I wonder if I want to, okay, we can get rid of this layer, I think. And just like in general, I want to get rid of, I want to have less layers. That's not, that's fine. So those would be the colors. Now I wonder if I want to apply this in here as well. This. So I'm wondering how I'm gonna use the colors here. I will be having these bars here that actually already pretty well, they are quite indicative of what's happening. I'm a little bit maybe wondering if there's enough color separation for it is different. So let's see. Let's see where we have the, okay, here we are filling the time scale. So let's try different colors. Is it also the, yeah, it's also this. So we're just gonna be bold and take this stuff out for now. And just replace it with different colors. Let's do this, and we have the colors here, and we start with this purple. And yeah, one thing here is that I think we really might have to start with actually with we might want to have here also 2025, even though you cannot select it, because I think like color wise we might need another level here. because I need to have here as a starting point, I will need to have the current time. I cannot start at 2035, especially because like there's a in the next if these are, maybe this could be a little bit thicker. We go here, and then we just like that. So now I'm just like looking at if this is the default view, like that we go from there's like at least, so this would be 10, 100, 1000, so it's at least gonna go to 1000, and maybe by default up to 10,000. Did I put this already? No. It looks quite similar, but it is not. It is gonna be quite purple. So now if we go and I think there might be like some also some kind of specific tool for this, but trying out a little bit. What do these things do? What's the difference between these two? Yeah, of course that's a lot bigger, but I don't really know what's the actual difference. This one. Okay, let's see. Go a little bit closer. So what I would like to do here is that I'm gonna indicate it has to be less opaque. So all of these would have, they would be like between these colors. Maybe we can have more. Maybe not. 10% is fine. So it gets bluer as we go up here. Like somehow, I don't know if this is very nice visibility here, but okay, we're gonna put it in here as well, so maybe that will make it a little bit more understandable. Yeah. Gonna start with this one. So now we're gonna go and have we're gonna have here the purple one like we had before, and then we have let's see, 1/10, so it's gonna be around here. It's gonna be this one, and then the next ones are just gonna be here, side to side to each other, so like that. And now if we have here, so this would now then indicate how we are mostly blue. So yeah, maybe I'm a little bit bad at drawing this, but I would want the user to make the connection here that this this blue area here is the same as this whole blue area there. That's I wonder how much of a stretch that is. Is it easy to make the mental connection? So the bottom graph is showing the kind of like the actual linear scale, and the top graph is showing the kind of like logarithmic scale. I could also do this by changing the colors depending on how big what the timescale choice is, so that for like depending so that this kind of like greenish blue would always be the maximum value, no matter what the maximum value is, no matter if it's 100,000 or 1,000. So that would always be this, and then like I would just like transform the scale according to. But I think this might be more, maybe even more elegant, and it could be more clearer, so that because then the input colors here, they would also have to change all the time, and yeah, this might be better to do this like this. Yeah, I'm not sure, but yeah, this is what I'm thinking about doing it for now. So now that we have the colors up there, maybe like in terms of color palette, I should still think about like what kind of things can I do regarding these graphs that I have here in the area. So, and what I'm wondering there is that can I have for example, here I'm using like quite like bright colors, and they could be like a little bit bright and muted, for example, so they could be like closer to white like this. So would it like distinguish them enough from these time scale colors, so that I could use them for different see if I had the description or the visibility, or here visibility menu. Let's actually put these the right way around, so I'm gonna, let's not do that, let's move the whole menu. Oh wait, why do I have the visibility menu? Oh damn, I have this group inside this group, so that's not work it like this. So now if I move the timescale, and then I can put the visibility menu up here, and then the timescale menu here, and I'm gonna leave a little bit of empty space between them to make it clear that these are different objects. So this, and again, like what's this layer here? I'm just gonna remove some, if I have some layers that I'm not using at all. So what's this one? This one is can I okay, some stuff. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna put, let's see, the scenario comparison graph here. I should also, maybe it would be best if I also in here I have them in the same order. I have simulation menu here, so the timescale menu would be up here, and I think like the scenario comparison menu would be below that, and simulation menu. Okay. Okay. Let's see what's happening here. I'm gonna move this. I'm actually gonna take out that for now, and then I'm gonna move this one here like that. And then we're gonna, it is just another empty layer, I think. It's a bit weird that you can, so what if, okay, so I'm gonna put this on now, and let's see, simulation menu, we choose it and then we drag it down like that. I think now it's showing like quite well the kind of like structure of the page. Still like a long way away, but it is getting there. I'm gonna check something here. Um, I was also thinking like what menu items are we still miss? Oh, there's still quite a bit of menu items. We have the population stuff. I wonder if we have like yeah, I don't think we have yeah, this is just a useless layer, I think. I think I want to make just maybe I'll just add a group, something like so let's maybe just like, or maybe additional menus like that. So we're gonna put that there, and I think yeah, I think we can put Okay, maybe this is now a different layer, but it doesn't matter too much. Population. So so that's gonna be okay. Let's try this one. Oh. I have to. I think I want to have it. I kind of want to have everything right justified, but it doesn't really work well with the when you have these. No, I can just. I think for now I'm just gonna try to put some stuff away. Maybe I could make a group for some kind of like check later layer, so I can put that stuff in that layer. Something like this. So this would be all of these kind of like sketches that I have here, like this one also. So I just want to make this cleaner. What the hell is this? Just nothing. Can't remove it. Why? Or is it in here? What the hell? Okay, I cannot remove. Okay, I have locked it here. Maybe. Okay, now I can remove it. Additional inputs here, and this one. I can hide this check later group like that. So Yeah, these are the simulations group. I think this used to be the left menu, but it is just okay. At least it doesn't seem to. Oh, what happened? What? I remove this. Okay, it's fine. Just trying to get rid of all the clutter that I have there. Okay, there's some kind of issue. Okay, let's see. So there's still more stuff. There's still some unnecessary stuff there. So what's this one? Okay, that's fine. Okay, it's from here. Yeah, maybe I could do this now. So this would be lower down the list here. It would be below the scenario comparison. I think it's so easy here with when you're playing with these layer buttons that you're gonna like just merge some layers that you don't want to merge. Additional inputs. I think this could actually be higher. Did I mess it up? No. Okay. So moving this. What? Moving this up and moving this down. Something like this. And now I'm wondering, are there other, actually, would this be all of the, might have here the rough sketch, yeah. The population axis inputs, okay, the inputs to others. Yeah, that's still something missing. So yeah, let's have another group. So that group layer, and the group layer is going inside the other layer. Is it still its own? Okay, and this group will be user input. Come on, is it? Come on, I just want this to be like a separate group. Okay, now it is. So we have to put inside this group gonna be the title. So this will be send choices. And then selections, something like that. Okay, here. It seems very small. I think I had, didn't I have it like at 11? Yeah, I think maybe it's just not bold, so okay. So I think I'm just gonna continue writing here. So maybe I'll just okay, there's some spam here. Okay. Wonder where it's spam. Okay. Oh yeah, let's continue with the text. So come on. Okay, yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna just put something like just gonna use some. Okay. I can have these here like that, and then we're gonna check out the simulation menu. Do we have? We just have the So let's just have here run, and we have some. Can I have some empty space, please? Like simulations. No. Just gonna look at this. So here we have that there, and then we go. Yeah, whether if there's anything. Yeah, I don't think. Just gonna take this away. Okay. What? Come on, why can't I? This should be. This should be a paint layer, and I have some. Okay, there's some thing here. Look, no. Or maybe it's like some kind of. Yeah, maybe that was some kind of like I had like a 100% opacity or something. So okay, let's try again. So we're gonna have gonna need a smaller. So here is gonna be a selection area. And we're gonna have a 110 simulation. So the user can now select like how many simulations they want to run. So that's that. Let's go here. Come on. So make them a little bit smaller. Like that. Now they can fit here better. I think that might be, again, like, wonder if do I have like more? Are there more? Do I need like more menus at least? Maybe not for now. Yeah, I could just maybe later I will have yeah, I could use like these could have a little bit smaller fonts on places. Uh, Maybe I'm thinking like, is it possible to have all the menus open and be visible? Okay, I don't think so because this additional menu stuff is gonna take so much space, so it's not gonna be possible. I'm thinking like, should I just go somewhere here? And I think we need to think about the colors. I'm gonna take out the redraw button from here. Just put it there. And now I'm gonna check if we have the no the layers here, the layer groups are in the same order as the ones there, so that's making my job easier. So what I'm gonna need now is hmm. Okay, it's been 1.5 hours. I'm thinking about should I take a break now or not? So, my brain is feeling that maybe I should. What was it? let's check some stuff here. Okay, here we have this here. I think I'm gonna remove from this one. There's some pretty annoying yeah, let's see. Like, okay, it's taking a bit too much. I'm gonna take this out. Like this. Okay, maybe I'm not sure. Like, if I want to keep these. This space. Yeah, this is not needed anymore. Just gonna want to make it cleaner. This is not needed. So here, I think the top section there, I think I might want to leave that one. So maybe I'll just write here something like let's see, like a space. Okay, I don't know. Big text. Yeah, that's fine. I think I will need some kind of menu. Come on. Okay, here I'm gonna just have options for language, English or Finnish, etc. So let's have here what else do we have? We have GitHub link. So, and I think I will have that as a maybe as some kind of a box. Yeah, go like I am so at lost bit how to use this. Okay, let me get it somewhere. Maybe I've probably like messed this up at some point a little bit. Why do we have? Why is there this kind of? Where do I get this kind of size for the? Okay, I can just take something small. So here. Okay. Has to be smaller. Okay, here size 3. Something like that. Okay, and maybe this one will be up to here or something. It doesn't need to be bigger. Fine. So let's oh. Thank you, Heniap, on your message. I will think about this. I'm gonna make a note. Yeah, I don't have a like a. I don't have a. I don't really have a schedule. Don't really have a schedule, but I'm thinking about would there be a, because I've been thinking about like oh, what's this now? Why does it say that account access is expired? What does it mean? Let's see if this works. Maybe for now. Yeah, but I've been thinking about this Discord stuff. Like, could there be a way to, if I have like a Discord server, so that it would notify the Discord server whenever I go live or something? I don't know. You can answer this guy. Yeah, okay, yeah, what was I thinking about? Yeah, I had that there, and let's see. Yeah, I want to have this kind of like this web browser space needs. I kind of like want to I kind of want to have like considering like a normal desktop screen with like 16:9 aspect ratio. I would want the user to be able to see all of the stuff if they have like if they are using their web browser in full size window, so that they would see all of the they wouldn't have to like scroll down. I will add like some scroll options, but I think it would be nice if they weren't like really necessary. Um, so I'm gonna need, for example, like whatever you have a Firefox or Chrome, if you have a 16:9 screen, so that's gonna fill a lot of the vertical space up here, and then you have like your taskbars and stuff like that. That's gonna like fill up the vertical space down here. So that's kind of like tricky here. So I'm still thinking about what should I be adding in this stream. Should I still be doing some stuff or not? Yeah, here this input area here. I think that's the main thing. And okay, I should actually be maybe thinking about like how do I actually make the presentation kind of like slides. So I think all of that stuff is gonna be at okay, yeah, this is one of those cases, yeah. Because the goal here is to make this into a also into a PowerPoint, into PowerPoint slides. So right now I'm leaving the two columns here on the right. Their point is to, so I'm gonna make a 16:9 PowerPoint presentation out of this website sketch, and so I'll maybe try out. I've been making the text for the slides in Finnish, but I'm making like both a Finnish and an English presentation of this. So I of course I want to like get good visibility for the idea, and also like I have like some, like there's a Finnish fund that grants funds or fund, they give out grants every September, so that's kind of like the main target. So maybe the Finnish presentation is the main target, and I'm also like thinking about maybe for that purpose to make these menu text in Finnish as well, and especially because also the final product is gonna have both Finnish and English. It's gonna be in both, at least in those languages. So, and at least so far, if this is gonna be like the how would you say it, like the amount of translations that I need at this point, then it's not gonna be so much like it wouldn't be such a big issue to make. But let's see, I wonder if this is, let's make another maybe I wonder if I should make a group of like should there be like a group of English slide texts, because I think I might need just here. Like this. So I don't know, like text for slide 1 or something, but it's a little bit, it has to be a little bit more in depth than that. Let's see. I'm just looking at my notes here. And I have so I'm just okay. I'm gonna try to copy paste some. I have like I have a Google Docs here, so I'm just trying to. So I would have to. I have it here on the dark background. So do I have here? What does this make? Does it? Because I'm thinking like, is there a way to make somehow like I think the text menu options are very limited here. And also like I don't know, maybe this is like it's not very interesting to watch because the text window is not like the window in which I write the text. It's not showing up and for the audience, so maybe that's not a good idea to do now. So maybe I should. I think I've been trying to avoid, or I've been procrastinating about this timescale stuff a little bit because it seems like quite a lot of work, and then there's maybe it is probably like the, what do you say, like the it is the most amount of work left here, I think. Come on. Okay. So let's think about it at least a little bit. But if I get tired, then I quit. But let's see. Yeah. So here's like one thing that's a little bit or quite annoying is that let's zoom to this level. Like this is, I kind of want to have a lot of information here, and in this case we have here, this is the calculation of how do we get this number, how do we get this survival probability. It is a bad example, by the way, because this number should be, yeah, it is a lot bigger number, right? It's just like something like 90.something, but yeah, whatever. But it's calculated as a result of kind of like the previous, like the survival probability in the end of the previous time period. So which would here be actually, so this is 2035, and this is now actually, I just had here like big numbers to test out how much space do I need here. So this shouldn't be taken literally. None of this should be taken literally. So, and this is the 3025. So this would actually be, we take this survival probability here, and then we multiply it with the product of the annual survival probability for each year to the power of this time difference. So from 2035 to 3025, that would be 990 years actually, I think. Or no, it's okay, this should be 2025 now. This is like the 100-year time scale, or which is actually the difference is 90 years, because the 100 years is from start to this point, and I think it's better like that. But yeah, but the difference here would be 90 years, so to the power of 90 this yearly. So, but that's how the math goes, I think, and I think it would make sense to at least somehow clarify the math to the reader, so he can understand, and because there's, you can choose to change either of these inputs, and they affect each other. So you could see like what's the, because in essence it's gonna be always these yearly inputs that are actually changed, but the user will not. So they're the change. So if you change this variable here, so then this is changed so that it will result in the choice that the user has made. So, but having the math there would maybe clarify that, so that the user doesn't begin to wonder that why is there a change in here all of a sudden. So yeah, that's why I want that, but it's just like yeah, I'm just trying like here figure out like how much space, how many numbers do I have to fit here, because we go to like such a low probabilities, there's going to be a lot of zeros and a lot of like if you have this like to the power of x, so that's going to be a lot large x here, and especially here when we go to this like millennia or like a million year time scale, it gets even worse. And so I think like some kind of maybe answer could be here to have maybe some kind of like over, because that's also like one thing that I haven't touched upon yet, but it would be nice that if the user is holding their mice on top of the graph, so that it would react some, or maybe clicking. That's like both of these are options in Shiny, and I could like I'm not sure like which, like maybe the clicking is more, it would be like less resource. I'm not sure like how the graph stack stuff is gonna be quite resource intensive, or it's gonna be quite demanding on the CPU, because especially if I'm gonna use the ggplot2 package in R, which is quite And I will be having quite a lot of objects in these both of these graphs, and then there's going to be two graphs that are going to be updated, so it's going to be quite heavy. But and that's also like a little bit dependent on how bad that stuff is if these graphs are going to be updated automatically if you change any inputs, or if there's going to be this redraw button that you have to press. So what I think is quite nice about this stuff is that the math is itself, the R and especially the data table package there, it's very fast at calculating math. So if I have here, if I change anything, because if I change anything here, it's gonna affect like the calculations until the end of time, so until like 1 million years. So I'm not sure. So if I have to do this, like, actually I don't know if it's gonna be like more resource incentive for the CPU to make calculations that are how do you say it, that seem like very difficult, or like is it more resource intensive to calculate 3 times 3 than 3 to the power of 1000? Like, what's the difference there? Because like okay, I haven't really, because now I'm like thinking like how like I should actually have a test here, so you're not gonna see this probably, but I'm gonna have R open here, and I'm gonna try to make some like I think there are like some softwares to kind of like, okay, to take time on like how long it's gonna take, but what's this? Okay, let's have a like 10 to the power of 100,000. It just says infinity. Okay, let's have like 0.999. Yeah, it's quite fast. It doesn't like I don't think it's just instantaneous for me, at least. So maybe I shouldn't worry about that, like the speed of the calculations. But yeah, the point is that if you just look at the input areas here, which is how maybe like that might be enough for quite many people, then all the changes you made to the inputs and how they affect kind of like I think you could call all of these boxes like they are both inputs and outputs that the user can change the output so it becomes inputs and so on. But all the calculations will happen quite instantly, so it's easy to, if you're happy with just numbers and you don't need the graphs, then it's gonna be very fast do you notice those changes in the probabilities that you set here in these variables here in the whatever? But I think that brings to me one idea that I haven't thought about before, because I have this we have these variables that are only output variables, so that you cannot change these directly, but they are just the result of your choices. So if because I only have here in the middle section now, I only have here those variables that are also inputs. So for the output variables, to see what's the change, you would have to press this button, because the output variables are only appearing in these graphs. But I don't think that there's anything that would stop me from also having the output variables maybe here in the graph area, but let's see if we could fit them. So wondering, like, where do I have those? There's this. Okay, I think it's input. Okay, yeah, it's this area here, and I think they're just like, there's just there. So I'm gonna see, can I? It's just moving all the stuff. So what if I try to select something here? I'm just like trying to check out, like, if there's some. No, why cannot I choose? If there's some extra horizontal or vertical space here. What about this one? Can I just try to? Cannot I just select this? How do you select? How do you move, like, just some of this box here? Ooh. Okay, my battery is getting low. God damn it. There has to be a way to do this. I have done this before, but I just don't. There's some trick here, which I don't remember. Just try. I have to try to grab that. Grab that box. Okay, here. How do I move? Is there like, it's moving this selection box? Maybe it doesn't select anything from that area, actually, even if I think it does, even if I wanted to do it. Selecting something from below. I wonder if there's some. Well, figuring out if there's some. You can also see, like, check out like how low is my battery actually. Could go on a little bit more. It's at 20%. It's not so low, so it's not gonna really affect this. Maybe I'll just need to do another layer. God damn it, I really don't want to. Why can I not select this? What about this handing? No. There's like a contiguous selection. There's this. No. Just doing it for the whole layer, but not I do it for just because this is something like it moves the box. It just moves the box like the okay. I think I. What if I do this and this? It's gonna create. Okay, it's made it made a copy. Okay. I choose this. I press Ctrl C. I have this Ctrl V, and then it only. That's like about what I want, but now it just leaves the old one here as well. And I cannot. That's also a thing with. Maybe I cannot like. Can I not? Can I not? I cannot do anything for this. Cannot paint on this plane. What if I put this inside a group? Yeah, I think I will have to make an input group anyway. Maybe it was a group already. Yeah, maybe this was like a vertical layer. Come on. Is this a group? Why cannot I group it? Did I make it a group layer? I think I did. Okay, let's see. Okay, now it's group layer. Let's see if we can do anything here. Does this change the fact that we cannot? What if I do it here? No, you cannot like how do you get rid of if you want to just remove some stuff from one of those vertical layers? How do you get rid of those? I don't really know. But okay, but let's try this one that we have that one there, and let's make a copy. Just filling out the. Okay, it's made a copy of the group itself. That's not what we want. Yeah. So if we want to have we want to also have okay, and yeah, this is what I want about. If we also want to have like the main result here, which is maybe the expected human lives over time, or the expected life years of humankind, but whatever, like what is the output here. So I'm thinking like it would be the third one here below, but so there could maybe be space for that, but let's see what does this require. More space, maybe not. And I also have to have space for those years. And think about in terms of height of this input area, like I have this like square thing here, and I think these columns, they are only like essential for the horizontal stuff. So I need to have like 12 columns, and I need to have for each time period, I need to have it I need to have one time period per one horizontal column, and I've been planning this so that maybe there's some convenience to have like that you have this, if you have photograph, you have this, like I have here 4x2 areas for both graphs. So, and then like I also have the input area as it would have like one by like they would be this kind of like 1x1 boxes. They would be equal height and width, so there is some nice symmetry there, and I think that symmetry will help with some web page stuff. I think it will help in many ways that I cannot really think of yet, but now I'm just thinking like how much of a benefit it is, and can I be kind of like flexible so that I don't have to get too hung up on it. But maybe for now it would be if it's possible to hang up on it. And also like I don't have too much vertical space. I think I have like I have more of horizontals, like excess space available, or that's like that I can like use flexibility on the vertical space. But yeah, I don't know, I just have to really maybe I haven't really tried this out in a browser setting. Like I'm thinking about in terms of like what's the how big do the fonts really have to be. I don't have such a good intuition there, but maybe here in the inputs I would like them to be quite big, because that's what the users, they are also changing, so it has to be something that's easy to change. So big so that you don't misclick, and also like big in a sense that it draws the attention where I want the attention to be. So in these inputs, but I think it could be possible. Like here, maybe at least like one, like I could have 3 variables here instead of just 2, but then there's also like, there's other variables. There's also, if you go here, these additional menus that I'm planning, so where you can select, I'm gonna like population progress measures, so that could be, so if you have a, so that would be like a population growth if there is no extinction events. So how would it develop? So that would also, I think that's important to better signify like what do we stand to lose. So that would be nice to get here as well. But if we also want to add that, then we don't then I don't think we could fit it vertically here. I need those, let's see, those years. I need those year markers, and I also need some year markers. I think that's also something that I could think about right now. Is I'm gonna need those year markers also here, like I have 2025 here and 2035, and or do I need them? I'm not totally sure, but if I have it here 2035, and then I throw, because my idea is that because we have these lines here, so there would be some kind of maybe a bit shallower line that goes like this. So it goes through the box that indicates so there's going to be a box similar to this one here. It goes through there, and then it goes here, and it goes to this. So it connects the 2 graph areas. But there are some, so if I have like no, so okay, this looks nice right here, but if I have like 2 boxes here on its way, then it may be harder to make the connection on, but connecting these, and then it would like increase the maybe need to have like 2030, like the own for this scale to have its own these timescale indicators. So here 2035, and if I have like this 10,000 year timescale, so this is 3025, and even like 2125 is going to be here, right here, close to that. So it's a little bit tricky. So yeah, because this, if I want to have these, if I want these year indicators to be in horizontally correct positions, then I would have to have more space for them. But actually, now that I think about it, there could be enough space here, because like we have here, we have the input output box for the survival probability by 2035, for example, or we could have it as a just an output box for the expected human lives, and then I would have to remember to add, like, is it billions or whatever. Yeah, I think the billions is gonna be the relevant scale. So then, like, but I don't need to have those, like, I don't need to have the survival, I don't need anything here or here. So that could make it easier to put maybe like starting, because I have 2025 here, the year indicator, and I have it here in the same spot. So what's nice about these scales is that the last ones, like what we have here, is it's gonna be the 10,000, it's gonna be 12,025 and 12,025 here in the linear scale. So these are gonna be, so both the end and the beginning are gonna be in the graph area, they're gonna be in the same spot. So that's kind of like nice and makes it easier to connect the, and then all of this stuff in between is just gonna connect to some kind of thing here. I'm also thinking, like, even the very lowest. Okay, but now I think if we go, I don't maybe have to think about this that far now, because in the example, I don't have to show in this. This could be like some kind of problem that I could maybe push to a later time. Like, I could think about it, because it's not like some kind of like breaking problem, like, but here in these time scales, 3025 is going to be around here, so it's not going to overlap with anything. And I could have, like, maybe it could be like that we get there, like 2025 is going to be around here. I'm going to take these out, and then we have like 2035. It's just gonna like put it right below that one, and it's gonna show that it's gonna be written right, like in horizontally it's very close, and you to that, and even the when 2125 is gonna be also like super close, and then we have the 3025, and then that's gonna like, then there's gonna be the gap, and oh yeah, but the thing is that I really won't want to, if I do it like this, I would like to, like here 2035, I would like to draw this, because these colors now, they indicate time. So I would like the time indicator to go through that year here and down here. So now the issue is that I also want the time indicator to go through the input output box for the, at least for the survival probability, which is going to be here, so that it indicates that this survival probability is for that time period. So the issue now here is that if you also want to have the box, the output, this kind of output number box. It doesn't have to be maybe this kind of box because it's not input. It can have a little bit different design because these boxes, they will also have to have I'm thinking about putting like buttons there for changing the values, but it could also be this kind of like I don't know, what do you call it, like this kind of field, kind of like just numeric input field. But I'm actually thinking that in this case, because we go, this is going to be a very special case where we go to very small decimals, so you don't really want to. It gets very hard to change just like one, and you really want to like look at like now how do the small changes affect the outcome. So I think the main motivation that I have for this page is to show that even for very near future, the small changes that we make that affect the extinction probability, they will have a very long-lasting effect on the kind of like the expected human lives that we are gonna live. And I think I'm gonna make sure that I have it yeah. So it gets a little bit tricky here, but I could just, if I have it like that, that it goes from here, if it goes through the kind of like the survival probability box, and then to the 2035 here, I could just make a kind of like extension line here to this another box that just shows the output. It doesn't have to like be such a kind of like thing. I could actually not try to maybe sketch this out. Yeah, and I also want to have those. I want to somehow indicate the time scales. Yeah, this one idea that I had was I would like put here. I would like draw some kind of like white line, and this is like a 10-year. Is time scale, and then like another line, like, and this would be like 100 years. It could be like 100 years into future, because I shouldn't be talking about time scales, because time scale thing is just one, but these are just like some kind of like subsections of the time scale. So this would be then like 1,000 years in the future. So, and then, but these are, I'm not sure if I want these because they take more space, and then also because I have like these yeah, it might just confuse a little bit, I don't know. So maybe at least I don't do it for now. But so let's just try to put what are all the objects that we need here. So we need these year indicators, and these are then gonna be these year numbers. They're gonna be in the color that we've used there. And then I was thinking that I could maybe they are a little bit lower, and then I can bring this box here. That's like directly between those. So what if they are a little bit lower? Doesn't matter. 2025. So, and we need here. We need the explanations. Actually, I think I'm gonna stop for now because this is a little bit too much of a thing to just look over fast, and I'm getting a bit tired, so, and I need to eat, so yeah, I will continue sometime, and I will be doing this between the streams as well, so let's see what we're doing when I get